morning show here on Arise News. Well, Tunde and Wunmi Obe, professionally known as TWO, which is Tunde Wunmi Obe, of course, are a Nigerian show business couple, entertainers, television personalities, and entrepreneurs. They met and began their music career as undergraduates in the 90s. Tunde and Wunmi Obe first made an entry into the Nigerian entertainment scene in The Charlie Boy Show, a television program in the 90s. After The Charlie Boy Show, they released their debut album, Sealed, in 1999, which was followed by TWO 2 in 2003. 2 For Real in 2007 and 2 Legit in 2010 and 2 Plus in 2015. Well, joining us to discuss the sustainability in the entertainment industry is Tunde and Wunmi Obe themselves. Good morning and welcome to the show. Thank you for joining us. That is an unbelievably stacked. Good morning. That's a really stacked CV you both have there. And in addition to lasting in the entertainment business for so long, it's refreshing to see your relationship flourish for so long over the course of this time here. If we were to look at your time together, I know I mentioned there that you guys met as undergraduates in the 90s. Tell us about your love story and how that manifested into one of the most lasting relationships in entertainment today.
Well, we actually met in the late 80s. 1988 to be precise. That's when we met. So it's been about 32 years of friendship and about 22 years of marriage. Because we did a lot of work before we finally got married. And we're glad to still be here. In terms of secrets, I don't know what I can tell you. I think the usual things, good communication, respect for your partner, consideration of the other person, patience, tolerance, I think the most important thing is that two people want to remain together because, there are always good enough reasons to split and there are always good enough reasons to stay together. So it depends on how much the two of you, value each other and how much you want to be in the same ship, so to say.
All right, let's hear what Wunmi has to say about that.
Well, it's just as he has said. I mean, basically, how we met, is how we were undergraduates in the university, and I guess that was one of the key factors of the sustainability, the fact that we already knew each other before we had become known, so to speak. So there was no, should we say, forming for each other. So we'd seen each other down, and and we kind of like grew in the business together. So there was there were no conflicts there.
All right. Yeah, I remember watching I'll come to that a little later on. The 30 years in show business celebration. Adeyinka, the comedian, saying that two of you knew way back in the university. Actually, you started, I think it was in a music band, and then it's been like that.
Turning Point. Yeah.
Sorry?
Turning Point. That's not the band.
The Turning Point?
Turning Point, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Thanks for the correction. All right. I don't know whether it's me, Tunde and Wunmi, but I don't believe any one of you or two of you have been active in the entertainment industry, music-wise particularly, for some time now. Why? And are you planning anything in that direction?
Well, yes. I think the last single we dropped was quite a few years ago called Rise Up. It's a reggae track. And I think we just took a sabbatical, trying to, readjust, looking at what is new in the industry and how to fit in, Sometimes you have to take a back seat and just look at things and plan and plot properly. This year was supposed to be a very, very busy one. We had already, made all the plans for recording and everything, but, the COVID situation put a damper on that plan. But, hopefully very soon we'll be back in the studio with new songs and new tracks. Music is the thing of the mind, it's in the soul, so you're a musician for as long as you're on the face of the earth.
Yeah, wouldn't that be nice? All right, let's listen to a video piece that two of you made.
Yes, we got Rise Up.
Dedication to the reggae When I'm in an easy, relaxing mood,
yeah. There's really nothing to say or do, yeah. I turn up a cool roots reggae groove, yeah. Then I start to move. Reggae music makes me feel so good, hey. I start to rise up, shake up, rub-a-dub-dub to the beat. I said I rise up, shake up, gets me up on my feet, yeah. Scabba-dooby-day, then I start to sway. Scooby-dabba-day, makes me wanna say, skibba-dooby-day, let the music play. Scabba-dooby-day, shabba-dooby-dabba-day. Give me some sweet roots reggae groove, yeah. The rhythm hits me and I start to move, yeah. All through the day I feel irate. I just want to say, let the music play, so I can rise up, shake up, rub-a-dub-dub to the beat. I said I rise up, shake up, it's me up on my feet, yeah. Scabba-dooby-day, then I start to sway.
All right, I must say, a very interesting music today. I love that voice and the way you are.
Yes, very
rub-a-dub
soulful.
and you know, quite interesting. All right, Wumi, let's see which of your songs or album stands out for you. I mean, which is your favorite, if you like to put it that way? Do you write your songs yourself? How do you get your inspiration?
Yes, we do write our songs ourselves, and inspiration can come from anywhere at all. Sometimes it can even come in a dream, or you just see something or a situation. We see situations around us. That's how we get the inspiration for songs like Zombie, Mugbomoya, Fine Bara, and songs like that. And then there's a song like this one that is just really a feel-good song. It just always, maybe it was the mood at the time, for instance, and so the inspiration can come from anywhere. I personally would say, if I was to pick the albums, my favorite album will probably be this one, which is the last release, which was a 2 plus, because that particular album was quite versatile. We were able to express ourselves in a lot of ways. I mean, we sang in Spanish. We went to Ghana with Omonsa. We did Spanish with Te Amo. We did Igbo with Bianu, and we kind of like, it was more expressive, I think. And we were able to also involve a lot of other of our colleagues in the industry, like Two-Face, Sammy Crane, Shegun Obe, Tenim, and etc.
Nice.
So, and Nice, yes. So I think it was a very probably our most creative album to date.
Well, quite a writing year artist there.
Definitely. I wonder if we could talk about money, Tunde. If we were to look at your very long time in the entertainment industry, often with people who don't have as long as careers as yours, especially in the music industry, the consensus that we may hear here on the show is that they haven't been able to capitalize off of their own content for a long time. In fact, recently, India and I have had many discussions with pioneers in the record label business, people who have their own industries seeking to protect music and making sure that artists get the correct dividends from their own content. If you were to look back at your career, do you think that you have been taken care of financially? Were you considered to be independent artists? How have you been able to maintain inflows of cash for such a long time?
Well, I think the reality is that apart from our first album, which was released under what's on the album, the label?
Which one?
The first album.
Zed Mirage.
Yeah, which was released under the record label Zed Mirage. All the other albums have always been Copycats, which is our personal label. And I think it's easy. I'll put it in two ways. First of all, how do you manage your resources when they are flowing regularly? It's very easy to get carried away and be going on vacations every other week or living the life, as they say. And on the other hand, you might start thinking of the rainy day and start putting stuff away for savings and also trying to invest in other areas that could generate some funds when things begin to slow down for you musically. So for us, we did it all. Uh, we managed our resources very, very well. We've never been about town and all that. And also we've also been able to put our resources into smaller little ventures that have been yielding dividends over the years. So a little bit of wisdom applied, I think, and that's why we're still kind of above board. Although this 2020 has been tough for everyone because it's affected, all areas of entertainment, for real. But I guess if you have a little bit of savings here and there, you can hobble on, you'll be fine. In terms of the online and everything, we're being managed by Now Music for all our online music and stuff. And so for that, they've been coordinating and getting back to us on how much our downloads are yielding. People are still downloading songs like Adupe and Mogomoya, Fine Bara from way back. So, we thank God. We're still above water. We're here.
Yeah, well,
Let's take a listen to Fine Bara. I think we have a clip of Fine Bara, so I'd like to.
You want us to play that one?
Yes, that would be a nice one for us to play.
We'll come back. We'll play that song and come back. We'll talk about your time with Charlie Boy, and then we'll talk about your 30 years in showbiz. All right. Glad to have you back. We're still discussing with TWO2, Tunde and Wunmi Obe, a celebrity couple who has been together for quite some time. Now, this is you. Well, two of you actually appeared on Charlie Boy's show. I think you had a drama skit, but that's not particularly what I'm talking about. You can chip that in, but I'm talking about your program with Charlie Boy, Puta Tunde. The program is no more. Why? And then some felt it was such an odd combination, if I may use that phrase. You seemingly prim and proper, Charlie Boy the exact opposite. How could the two of you have worked together?
Well, the program was called Zoom Time.
Yeah.
And the idea was to get people in political positions, our leaders, our CEOs in big corporations, multinationals, and attack them from a different angle in terms of it's lighthearted but serious at the same time. And I think the factor that made the show so popular was the contrast between myself and Charlie Boy.
Yeah.
we did that for about 10 years, and arrested the show. We actually won a few awards. Actually, wow. It was a nice time. It was a great time. Got to travel the whole country, all the way up to Maiduguri, that is like a no-go area today, and got to meet a lot of interesting Nigerians, some of whom are no longer with us. But I think the show itself was extremely entertaining. I even enjoyed being, watching it, talk less of being part of it. So it was a fun time.
What about you, Wunmi? We hear that you played a character called Mrs. Snowbottom. Tell us about that character and your experience on the show.
Well, that was on the Charlie Boy show. The idea was like I was talking for women, like a woman to woman. In fact, I think that was the name of the segment, Woman to Woman. And I was like speaking for the women in a very radical fashion, so to speak, because I was talking about things like if there can be polygamy, there can also be polyandry. So, yeah. So I was just trying to bring a hilarious viewpoint to a lot of things, but talking for women also. And, and even after a while, it got to a stage where some women would approach me privately and tell me this is the issue they're having. Could I discuss it? And stuff like that. And then, of course, there was also the slight controversy where at that point, when we actually started, I wasn't even married. And then I was there for about maybe 5 years after we got married. And people were like, what does she know? about marriage. Like you're not even married, and you're married now, and like how long have you been married for? What do you know? You have no experience. You can't be telling us, So there were different angles to it, but hey, guess what? It's 22 years now. Ask me now.
Exactly. And I'm so happy you said that. In a nod to the past, we do have a very small clip. Our producer's done a great job of archiving so much great content. Let's take a look at the Mr. and Mrs. Charlie Bro show.
Somebody like me, assuming it's somebody like me that actually predated her. I'm just saying that even if it's somebody like me, is it that the girl is too, she's too young to be a second wife? We beg the parents now, and we will take her in.
We beg the parents.
No, I'm saying that.
We beg the parents. You didn't seem to know what else to say, and then look at her face. You beg the parents. Interesting. Quite funny. Good. Now, just about 5 days away, it'll be 2 full years. You celebrated 30 years in showbiz, Tunde and Wunmi. You had Kongwaso Master. I like his voice, by the way. Rugged Man was there. You had Fumi Davis. That song was beautiful. She rendered it so good. You had Jimmy Jat and a host of others to come honor the two of you too. What was the high point for the two of you? And what impression did it leave behind for the two of you? How they honored you? It was quite some function, some occasion.
Well, yeah. First of all, we were celebrating three things at that time. We were celebrating 30 years of friendship, 20 years of marriage, and he was turning 50.
50, yeah.
Turned 50, yeah. So it was like a triple or three-way celebration. So, there was so much to be thankful for, really. And, we were there with our children, and I think the whole thing was just basically being thankful and, celebrating how far we've come.
Yeah. Now, talking about children, I was going to get to that. How many are there? And, like Shehu and Femi took after their father. Are they taking care of that Tunde and Wunmi?
Yeah. Well, we have three. We have 3 children.
How many boys, how many girls?
1 daughter, 2 sons.
Good. Are they taking after you?
Our daughter, who's the eldest, is the one that seems to be leaning towards in that direction. She's taken a very keen interest.
Tunde is shaking his head.
Sorry?
Tunde is shaking his head.
Yeah, but she just graduated in marketing.
Oh,
right? Graduated in marketing. So so there's that side to her as well. So. Well, it's up to her to decide how she wants to combine it. But whatever it is she wants to do, we shall support her. I mean, like every parent always says, just make sure you graduate. She has done that now. So really, the ball is in her court.
Lovely. Well, Tunde and Wunmi Obe, it's been a fantastic conversation. We do wish we had more time. Thank you for joining us. It is time now for us to draw our show to a close. That does, in fact, bring us to the end of the morning show today. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Adefemi Akinsanya.
And I am Ndia Mogo. Thank you from our entire team here in Lagos, Nigeria. Enjoy the rest of your morning and, of course, the rest of your day. Goodbye.